Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Man at YouTube with another modelling video. Today we're going to be looking at the HGUC Zaku I Sniper type. This is a HGUC kit I've actually got from Bluefin Distributions for winning a competition on the old Zaku forums, which nowadays I can't remember what it's called, which is extremely embarrassing. But it's a place I used to hang out a lot before the Australian community sort of jumped up and started going. And I joined them for some sort of out-of-the-box painting competition, and got this lovely prize from the United States, with the intention of sitting on it for a few years and utilising it in this Gunpla Builders World. So with this rendition of a unicorn kit, we are looking at, with a recent-ish issue, 8 styrene runners of various colours, including polycaps, and instructions. Instructions are your typical Bandai high-grade booklet, most of it black and white, Japanese, but the instructions are so clear with symbols you don't need to interpret them, as well as stickers. The kit snaps together easy enough together. Looks just like the anime version. Color separation is great. It looks good just together. Seam lines, not too much of a problem. The articulation or strength of the arms are a tad weak and broke during the modification process, but to hold the gun realistically, super glue was essentially important. Now, features that I really was drawn and attracted to this kit. The rifle is awesome. Love the fact that it's a Zaku 1 with some Zaku 2 features added to it, sort of like a cannibalized mech. And the knee mount is just so cool, where it's able to crouch into a crouching position. Now, I found when snapping and playing with it, less was more. I really enjoyed it without that oversizing backpack with the face removed and some other bits, making it as Spartan, light and quick as humanly possible. With the idea of it's got a few shots, one shot, one kill, its job's done, it's leaving the battlefield type thing. It doesn't need to stick around to extensively fight, it's only there for that 1 or 2 kills. Now, I do apologise, I did not really document this build too well. Modifications go in removing the faceplate, seam line filling the rifle, and covering the majority of the surfaces in green stuff putty, and replicating the Zimmer effect for texture. The Zimmer effect's not so much for the World War II fashion of repelling mines, but more of creating a non-mechanical texture, so it's able to hide among ruins and natural backgrounds. It's more of a camouflage texture than a armoured texture. Makes it look quite interesting, at least. The arms are completely super glued in place to hold the rifle as it is, because there's a bit of a push to hold it like that when it was just relying off polycaps and its own articulation. Painting was completely painless and easy. Everything dismantled from the polycaps onto skewers. Everything was primed using Tamiya grey lacquer primer, and then I used a series of Mr. Hobby lacquers to shade, sort of like light gradient shading from head to bottom. Did low lights of a pre-shade of black, and then just built up from a darker green to a lighter green. The gun is salt weathered chipped, and then a multitude of weathering techniques was used to get the finish look. Everything was glued together using PVA, and aftermarket crystals was added into the... During the weathering stages, I applied all the pieces in clear matte, and gave the Zimmer panel lines, weapon details a Tamiya accent color sludge wash, wiped back the access. As that dried, gave it a day or so, hand painted some details such as the metallic pins in the back and the inner part of the face and whatnot. The majority of the painting was done shading via airbrush, and that was done in multiple pieces, so that took a very long time, probably about 2-3 days. It was also overall salt weathered, so you could see, you know, different layers of paint chipping and that shading into from a lighter color at the top to a darker color, natural sunlight hitting it. But because of the colors I used, the fact that it's all Zimmerit and the salt, for some reason instead of looking like rust, it looked more like some sort of camouflage paint or some sort of dirting or manipulation of the paint and surface was done in the attempt of camouflaging the mobile suit more than just neglect and rust, which I completely digged and was extremely happy with. Also during the shading process, I did further darkening around the feet and under the leg areas, a little bit of soot around the thrusters underneath the feet. I had 6 small thrusters and a big one, so that was darkened by just freehand colouring in those areas. And edges was highlighted using the Mr. Hobby weathering pencil. The end of the barrel of the gun was also darkened, such as, you know, carbon and whatnot build up from firing the rifle a lot. Overall, I am extremely happy with the outcome of this kit. This was built in the last weeks leading up to the event, so there was a bit of pressure in getting it done quickly, not too complicated, not to drag myself down. And I was very happy at how this came out to be such an interesting and an original piece. It was designed to completely fit within the nature of the diorama that I've produced, and I'm extremely pleased and happy with how it turned out. In the way of a kit, its detail and aesthetics is very unique. I definitely highly recommend looking into it. I think it is an extremely cool and specialist high grade. I think it's absolutely essential that it needs to be modified and played around to your own personal taste and its own story and whatnot, or out of the box from the anime. All in all, this is definitely a kit worth playing with, definitely worth doing something unique and original. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time, I still got the F2 Zaku and the scratch build to review very, very shortly, so look forward to that, as well as new content coming very soon. Catch you guys later.